What is a robot? In a broad sense, not specifically a cleaner, but in a hall. It is a certain device that performs actions instead of a human. And the main criteria for a hypothetical robot are, to some extent, autonomy. Again, to perform something that a human can do. It is also controllability, and also the ability to interact with the surrounding environment, meaning the presence of certain sensors. And as a person who has been using this cleaning robot for several days, I can definitely tell you, it meets all the criteria of a true robot 100%. In this video, we are getting acquainted with the Dreame X50 Ultra cleaning robot. It is packed with smart technologies. It washes, collects dirt and dust, has self-cleaning capabilities, and can free the user from floor cleaning for almost a couple of months. And we will start our introduction with some important general information. Why does a cleaning robot make life better? So this device helps you take your level of laziness to a qualitatively new level. A level where you don't think about how to force yourself to clean the house, but a level where, in fact, you never think about it at all. Because the main thing is to make yourself pick up things from the floor, like extension cords and other items that prevent the robot from making your floor clean and even pleasantly shiny. Of course, I'm joking, the robot doesn't make you lazy. The robot can simply free up a lot of time for more important or enjoyable activities while it cleans. Or it can even clean the house while you're not at home. Not all robots from all manufacturers are the same, and not all robots can do this. This is the Dreame X50 Ultra, a robot from the line of very new and cool cleaning robots by Dreame. Such robots both collect dust and fully wash the floor. So, this robot is essentially a twin brother of the Dreame X50 Master Robot. Only this particular robot has a full-fledged base for automatic cleaning. The waste is unloaded at the base. The waste is unloaded with this kind of sound. The robot takes clean water, washes and dries its mops with hot air and hot water, no joke, up to 80 degrees Celsius. And it has 2 containers for clean and dirty used water. To understand, the approach to cleaning the mops is so serious that the base can automatically determine if one wash was insufficient and automatically repeat this procedure if necessary. For washing, these very mops, not only warm water and drying them with warm air are used here, but also ultraviolet sterilization is applied. Here there are, so to speak, small diodes, emitters, that act directly on these cloths of ours. This is microfiber. It is, of course, replaceable. To bring hygiene to some super high level, everything here is sterilized using ultraviolet LEDs. Another point, since there is very hot water here for washing the robot's mops, a system to prevent scale formation is even applied here. That is, there is a scale inhibitor in the base. Wow, I repeat, the device is thoroughly thought out. And of course, not only the base, but also the robot itself is very technological. It has a radar to determine the space around it, and a camera, which artificial intelligence helps to identify objects. The vacuum cleaner can even recognize the place in the house where a pet lives and where it goes to the toilet, not to mention recognizing shoes and other objects on the floor to avoid them. The robot has automatic lighting, meaning it can clean in complete darkness or deep under the bed. This is not an issue for it at all. However, it is still a very advanced cleaning robot, and perhaps a camera, flashlight, or artificial intelligence no longer surprises anyone. You want something truly robotic, and there's plenty of that here. Well, first of all, the robot has an extendable dust brush for better cleaning in corners. Here is our extendable brush. As you can see, it has this kind of little arm. It extends out here, and it reaches dirt in the corners. But it also has an extendable mop for better floor cleaning. This mop, as you can see, has a mechanism here. It extends to the side during cleaning to better reach the areas that need to be mopped. The robot has a certain strategy. When it passes by furniture, it starts extending this mop and makes small turns so that the mop reaches even more difficult to access areas. And still, this bullet cleans the floor there from dust and dirt. The robot can not only extend, but also lift also 3 of its main cleaning components. The small side brush is lifted. Both mops for floor cleaning are raised to avoid wetting the carpets. And the main double brush underneath is lifted to bypass liquid stains. This main brush can be closer to the floor or further away, depending on where the robot is currently moving. It also controls and adjusts all of this. It knows how to lift it. Secondly, it's not just the brushes that move here. When it needs to dive under furniture during cleaning, the robot knows how to retract, as you can see, the tower of its radar. It can do this automatically, there are different settings, or it can do it manually in forced mode. And of course, these are not all the robotic features of the Dreame X50 Ultra. It has a simply fantastic feature. It can very easily and skillfully step over thresholds between rooms or overcome height differences in the floor between spaces. And again, it does this automatically. It does it very skillfully. And moreover, the information about the threshold between rooms is automatically saved to the map in the robot's proprietary app. For example, on the room map, the robot itself identified the location of the threshold. I didn't mark this threshold, it identified it itself and added it to the map. On the map, you can generally see all the obstacles in the room and even photos of objects on the floor that the robot found during cleaning. Let's consider another aspect of the device's robotics. I'm talking about controllability, and accordingly you can control this robot through the proprietary app. You can also control it through a smart home system, for example, from Google. You can add the robot there. You can control it through voice assistants, for example, Gemini from Google. Start cleaning X50 Ultra. Start cleaning. Cancel cleaning. Task. The task is completed. Charge X50 Ultra. Returning to the dock station for charging, or through shortcuts, and Siri on Apple, of course, also by voice. Start X50 cleaning. Let's check it. Created a command. Start X50 cleaning. Start cleaning. It worked. There it is. See? But even more interesting is controlling the robot directly by voice, because the X50 series robots can naturally hear you and execute your commands. I mean, it's built right into the robot. This is not about controlling through a phone, a smart voice assistant from a smartphone, or a smart home app. Only the robot itself can hear you and execute your commands. Okay, Dreame. I'm here. End the task. Okay, I'm doing the work. There is just one small point, which is that the robot currently only understands English and a few other foreign languages. So, if English is not a problem for you, then switch the robot to English in the app settings. Because generally the robot comments on its actions in Ukrainian. After switching, it will notify you about the language change. The language will change now. Switch the language successfully. Did you hear? And from then on, it will execute your commands. And the list of commands is not small at all. For example, here is a whole list of these commands. Everything related to cleaning and other manipulations with the robot, as well as tasks, intervention. Meaning, you can say pause, finish, and skip. You can also choose different settings using voice commands, specifically for the base. Now, I'll show you a real trick. Okay, Dreame. Clean up here. Okay, I'm coming to clean up there. Please, stay for a moment while I locate you. Mop pad installed. Found you. Coming to clean now. It found me and is coming here to clean. Okay, Dreame, I'm here. End the task. Okay, I'm doing the work. Okay, Dreame, I'm here. Go to dock station. Okay, going back to charge. As you can see, the robot executes commands quite briskly, and this has delighted me quite a bit. About the app. In the app for the robot, by the way, there are a lot of functions, a lot of different settings. I talked about most of them in the Dreame X50 master review. Most of the functions here are simply duplicated. Here you can create maps. The robot will drive around and scan the premises. Moreover, it will automatically mark the premises by zones and rooms. It can even identify some furniture on its own. Here is our map of the premises. Here you can edit both the map and set up partitions. All these robots support multi-floor mapping. If there is an additional floor in the building, the robot will automatically recognize it and switch between these maps. You just need to take the robot from the base and bring it to the desired floor, start cleaning there, and it will recognize the different premises on its own. You can even create a 3D map of your home to precisely understand where the robot is cleaning at the moment, even if you are not at home. Usually, for robots, I choose a combined dry and wet cleaning simultaneously, but this time I decided to try dry cleaning first, followed by wet cleaning. There is also such an option here. You can configure the cleaning parameters, type of cleaning, cleaning sequence, cleaning power, and the type of movement, so to speak, the cleaning strategy. I just really wanted to understand what algorithm the robot would use in this case. And it turned out that it first performs dry cleaning of all rooms, disposes of the trash if necessary, takes it to the base, and only then starts wet cleaning. Similarly, if needed, it washes the mops according to the area you set in the app. Quite a cool experience in my opinion. Such cleaning can be more appropriate in certain situations, as the second half of the cleaning is completely silent, with the robot just washing the floor and barely audible as it moves across it. By the way, you can set a default cleaning type for each room separately. If, for example, you want the office to be cleaned twice with wet cleaning and another room 3 times, you can set all of this up here as well. Similarly, certain parameters are set for the docking station, determining what and how it will specifically do. Here you can also organize all of this in slightly different ways. But there's another cool feature with Dreame robots. You might never need to set up cleaning, as the robot is controlled by artificial intelligence to some extent. And after a certain number of cleanings, it will improve the cleaning process on its own. You can choose the Clean Genius function, and the robot will set the cleaning settings itself according to the rooms. There are many settings here regarding how the robot's retractable parts will behave, how carefully it will move under furniture, and much, much more. Up to patrolling the home with the help of the robot, as it has a camera and microphones, and it can actually be used as a kind of security device. For example, you can schedule an automatic tour of the premises, and the robot will do it, and you will see photos of the places you are interested in on the map after this tour. And you can even use it almost like a video call. Maintaining the robot is quite simple. It doesn't require much attention. You really only need to refill the water tank and empty the dirty water after cleaning, and the trash in the bag inside the base is disposed of about once every 2 to 3 months. Of course, it depends on the amount of dirt on the floor and how full the bag gets. The bags included for the trash base, there are actually 2 of them, and you're set for about half a year, after which you simply purchase refills. In fact, you can also cheat a bit with the bags. If you really want to save on these bags, then when the robot has finished cleaning and is heading back to the base, inside the robot, which we're talking about, there is a container like this. This container can be emptied of trash as needed. It opens up and can be disassembled. Here, everything is shown in pictures on how to do it. The filter can also be easily removed and cleaned. It can be shaken out. And over time, even after a year or 2, I don't know, it can even be replaced. You can simply take this thing, stop the robot. As it approaches the base, take this thing and shake out the trash. From here, if you want to save on these disposable bags inside the base. Here's a life hack. We return the container, the lid on magnetic holders. Here they are, back in place. In this way, you can stretch one bag for a whole year. Here's a life hack for you, also regarding maintenance. Sometimes you will need to remove the robot's brush and clean off lint or hair. Over time, you might need to remove the robot stand from the base and wipe the area with a damp cloth to remove dirt. And ideally, from time to time, you should shake out the filters to remove dust. Of course, if you want to think as little as possible about consumable parts like mop cloths, brushes, filters, and cleaning solution, all of which, by the way, can be tracked in the app, you can purchase this very robot in the Dreame X50 Ultra complete configuration. Just take a look at the insanely comprehensive set it comes with. If you estimate, it provides about a year and a half of carefree use, with everything you need included.